Welcome back to DFS Daddy YouTube channel. We are here after a Sunday NFL where the free picks smacked. It was a sweat the whole fourth quarter of the Commanders Cardinals game with Jaden Daniels getting up to 47 rush yards. I thought it was done. He got up to 47. My buddy texted me. I was like, well, crap. This is how it's going to be. But they were up so much and their running backs were having success. I was hopeful that they were just going to keep dumping it off, keep their quarterback safe. I didn't expect him to be rushing as much as he did, and it really didn't seem like he needed to. But there was times when he got those scrambles. He's a great runner. I just didn't think he would run enough to warrant that volume. Lucky enough, we went right under it. We hooked it on the good side, and our free plays smack with Rashid Shaheed, Matthew Stafford, and Jaden Daniels. So really, guys, is just a promotion for my winnable. Sign up for it. Get all my free picks just like this sent to you. I also have VIP picks. We have one running right now where if Goff throws for over 236, we're going to be hitting a 5 out of 6. I did use my Caleb free line here. Kyler had a really unfortunate game that was kind of out of character, where really the slip was looking great to start the day with Deontay smacking, Nico and CJ absolutely destroying those lines. VIP picks are always going to be more researched through LineStar, through PlayerPropShop. Those are going to be the absolute premier lines before they get bumped or anything like that. And I actually think the Shaheed line got bumped as well. So really, that's the value of being in something like my winnable, where you're getting it right when I play it, so that you can put it in as well and kind of avoid some of that value loss if you wait until game time. So question you might be asking yourself, well, why should I keep listening? Why should I trust this guy? And really, it's because I'm not doing a lot of gambling. I'm doing more research and analytics and trying to put together good slips that provide a good ROI. I'm trying to make money on my investment and come out of this in the green, which is exactly what I've done over 3 years of using Prizepicks and starting to mix in some other apps like Chalkboard and Sleeper, mostly because of just lines and being able to shop a line. If I can get Amon-Ra St. Brown at 6.5 catches on Sleeper and 7 at Prizepicks, well, I'm going to take the 6.5 at Sleeper, right? So you get to do a little bit of line shopping with that. All of these have a deposit bonus if you aren't a user of those already. I think they'll all match 100% up to $100, maybe something like that. Some other ones are more lucrative than others. I'm not sure on that, so you just have to quote me. And then going in line with the research analytics, Player Prop Shop is a big one that I use. As you see here, they provide daily write-ups. So these are all plays from all the weekend. You can see this is a pretty extensive list. So I'm sourcing plays through here. I run it through another filter personally where I go through maybe some PFF projections like this. I'm not logged in. Or LineStar, which it's not working for me right now. So I'm trying, or my phone is working. I can't get it on desktop. So I'm trying to get that figured out. But that's where I am at with everything. I also use OddsJam and DailyGrind a little bit less recently just because Player Prop Shop and LineStar have been smacking for me. So I've just been utilizing those. But OddsJam and DailyGrind Fantasy are really good if you like to scan the market in terms of lines and odds and juice. This is probably more for the advanced folk where you're looking at what sports books have the line at, what you're comparing it to, whereas the other apps are more for just straight up like what line am I playing this at. So want to get some plays out for Monday Night Football doubleheader tonight. We have Dolphins and Titans, and we have the Lions and Seahawks. Personally, I know which game I'm going to be watching, and that's going to be the Lions Seahawks. I just love both those teams. But I do have plays sprinkled in across all. So I have 6 plays for all of them. I'm going to be starting off with Tyler Huntley over 25 pass attempts. This line has actually been moving up and up as more people have been betting it. Tyler Huntley is going to get his passing attempts. This line is simply too low just because of the fact that it's the narrative of backup quarterback isn't going to get usage. And because of what we've seen of him, we've seen that he's kind of like a little mini Lamar and he runs. I think it's okay that he runs. I think he's also going to get his usage. This is a play source from Player Prop Shop. I don't think I'm going to find it through this mess right now, but that's going to be the first one I'm locking in. I think that the Dolphins will be able to keep a pretty positive game script whether that be quick screens, whether it be jet sweeps, running the ball effectively with a chain. We'll talk about him later. That's going to be my first play. And the other side of the coin, Tajay Spears under 24.5 rushing yards. He just hasn't had the success lately that going into the season we maybe were looking for. We can see the first 3 games here. We're going under all 3 times. And they've just put more trust in Pollard, and he's actually been capitalizing and playing well. So it's something that they're just kind of riding a hotter hand. And I think receiving wise, Pollard has been performing well enough to sustain. So it's something that he's not getting as many snaps as he maybe would warrant in previous seasons. So third play is going to be Sam Laporta over 39.5 receiving yards. You're probably going to look at this, and this is what a casual is going to do, right? They're going to be like, oh no, he's been so bad lately. He's been injured lately, okay? And he's been carrying this injury designation for the past couple weeks. He is full go, healthy this week. This line's offense has not been firing on all cylinders, and I think Laporta is the reason for that. He has not been covering the center of the field. He's not been getting a volume of receptions and keeping the ball moving like we're used to seeing with this offense. So I think this is a get-right game and what I intend to be a high-scoring affair with the Seahawks and Lions. We've seen in previous seasons where this game can go for like 60, 70-plus total points. So really, we could see fireworks here, especially playing inside Ford Field where inside great conditions. So I'm really excited for this matchup. So Sam Laporta is going to be my third play here. A chain over 11.5 rush yards in the first quarter. This is so unlike me. If you knew me previously, you know this is not my style. I very rarely will ever do a first, like a half bet or especially a quarter. But I'm confident in McDaniel scheming up the first 12 to 15 plays. We always hear about that, right? Like there's a script to start the game. I am confident that a few of those are going to be in a chain run. I don't think that's like a crazy take. I think an inside zone. I think a few, maybe an outside read option with Huntley where he could hand it off or keep it. I don't think that's out of the cards, and we really just need him to bust one. Or if he gets 3 or 4 carries in the first quarter, his average is close to 3 or 4, so he's gonna be hitting that. That'll be a sweat just because of the time restraint on it. That's why I don't like it. It limits the time that you have to hit it. But with this line being 12, we just need him to get a couple carries or just bust the first one. This could be a first play of the game that we smack. I would love that. Now our final 2 is going to be Jackson Smith and Jigba over 50.5. Now this one's really just more of a field play because Player Prop Shop liked it at 48.5. So once you start going up in numbers, it gets a little closer in terms of like, is this a good value play? Since I'm playing it in a 6-man, it's going to definitely be a good play here. The lower number of legs you play, the more correct you have to be. So you want to be taking a bit more of the like sharper plays. You can be a little bit more careless, carefree in the 6-mans because your chance of hitting them are so low, but the payout is high enough to where it warrants that. So Jackson Smith and Jigba over 50.5. Really, for me, this comes down to the game against the Buccaneers that the Lions played, and we saw Godwin go crazy, and we saw Evans get kind of clamped. I think that could happen with DK. Could DK find a way to break one off? Absolutely. So if you wanted to pivot and play DK just based on the volume, I think that's fine. But Jackson Smith and Jigba operates out of the slot primarily, and that's where you're going to see a lot of manufactured catches and easy catches over the middle. And he even moves outside. So he has the potential to do this in 2 plays. He could do it in 1. This is actually one of my favorite plays just because I know what Godwin did, and I think JSN is getting to that level where he's going to be performing just like Godwin is out of the slot. Then our last play, really, this is just kind of riding the hot hand in terms of like the crappy hand. Will Levis has just been throwing picks out the ass, and he's just kind of playing like ass. And this Dolphins defense is just not that bad to where they're not going to take advantage of a bad throw. There's playmakers in the secondary. I think Jalen Ramsey's on this team, if I remember correctly. There's people who will take advantage of this. So as we're seeing here, because of this, I think it's what it called a goblin line. It's making it a 20x instead of 25. But that is something that I will be locking in. Take advantage of it. Again, if you wanted to mix and match a few of these, feel free. If you wanted to separate them by game, you could do that. I'm going to probably ride this as a 6-man, push this out to my winnable. Then I'll probably make some other slips throughout the day for maybe just this game, here's a slip, just that game, here's a slip, top lines, write-ups, all that stuff. So appreciate y'all watching. Again, if you haven't signed up for these, use code DADDY. Winnable, really, that's what the biggest takeaway for this. If you just want to have all my plays sent directly to your phone for absolutely free, go to my Winnable. All right. Hope you have a good one. Appreciate y'all watching, and let's win some money today.